But where was Laverne?
Who, Laverne?
Laverne.
Laverne!
I agree with Laverne.
Laverne was Laverne again, named Laverne.
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 Parts of Laverne.
How you doing, Laverne?
Man, you just said my name.
Nigga, who is you, Destiny Child? Nigga, ain't nobody said your name.
Hey,
Let me take care of this business, man.
The President of the United States, at one point in time, I'm convinced, used to be a gangster. That man went on national TV and, in so many words, told Iran, around and find out. They around and they just found out. All type of talk about nuclear weapons and uranium and all this rah-rah shit been doing. And finally the United States said, around and find out. We just sent a couple of very expensive war weapons all the way from our home continent here in the US, thousands of miles across the sea to a faraway land just to say hello. Just to remind Iran that we are not to be played with. Israel been having issues and having beef with them. They asked the United States for help, and we obliged. Just a disclaimer, I don't like our president. I don't like the moves he been making. I don't like the shit he been doing. But in this particular instance, and this particular instance only, I can't lie. I rock with this one. Iran needed to be reminded that when you do dumb shit like burning the American flag at your very own parliament, and you start talking tough like you about to do something, you better be ready militarily to back that up. You better be prepared to put your cards on the table or fold that up, stand up and walk away from the game. Iran thought they was all high and mighty and, oh yeah, we got a big surprise for y'all. Guess what? We hit y'all with a bigger one.
Yeah, so we don't have a lot of detail at this point. Here's a couple things that I would take away from the president's Truth Social. Number one, he said we have completed are very successful. That to me would indicate that this was sort of the bombers went in, or the potentially other aircraft, most likely other aircraft as well, went in here, they conducted this bombing run, and they got out. They've cleared Iranian airspace. That's generally the point at which military officials or the White House, I guess, would release any kind of information once they are clear of that potentially dangerous airspace over Iran.
A couple of $200 million bigger ones. Iran must have forgot that we have the capability of sending literal death by air. We basically FedExed them our response. We FedExed a couple of B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to drop a couple reality nukes on that ass. And now they all mad. And coincidentally, the same one that been running his mouth the most, the Abu Dalla or whatever the hell his name is hiding out in the bunker. Scared that one of those missiles, one of those bombs, is going to find his. Stop playing with the United States. Like we not going to express ship death to your front door. We literally told Iran, don't play with it. If you're gonna be about it, nigga, be about it. Once again, I don't care for Donald Trump. I don't care for the president. I don't like the moves he been making. I don't like the shit he been doing. But in this instance, this was definitely needed. This had to happen. This was going to happen eventually. Trump just decided he wasn't going to wait around for nobody to do nothing to us first. He made the first move. Like, all right, We told y'all we not going to let y'all do nothing with no nuclear weapons and all that. We not even going to let y'all even get to that point. We going to settle this now. And the part about the press conference that I loved, there were several things about that press conference that I thought were actually kind of funny. I spent the majority of it actually chuckling. But when Trump got up there and he said, basically, we will execute this with swiftness, precision, and then he basically said, it'll get easier.
Future attacks would be far greater and a lot easier.
Bruh, I don't know how easy it could have gotten. I mean, we got planes that can fly so high, so fast, and are undetectable on radar. By the time they even knew anything was about to happen, it had happened already. We got them bunker busters there quick, fast, and in very freaking quick succession. In a mighty quick hurry, they found out. The United States ain't nothing to play with. In a military conflict, that is the worst thing you can ask for.
Just 2 hours ago, Allied air forces began an attack on military targets in Iraq and Kuwait.
On my orders, the United States military has begun strikes against al-Qaeda terrorist training camps and military installations of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. These carefully targeted actions are designed to disrupt the use of Afghanistan as a terrorist base of operations. American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger. On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets of military importance to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. These are opening stages of what will be a broad and concerted campaign.
And I chuckled again at the part where basically Trump said, if y'all don't sit down at the table with Israel and talk peace, you can expect more of that. There will be, like I said, Trump was talking real tough. Basically, he said, it's going to get worse. There, in so many words, he said there's more where that came from. We hit 3 targets. There are others that we know about that we chose not to hit. So in my military strategist mind, that was us sending a shot across the bow, like yeah, we could have hit these other targets. We could have took y'all whole regime out. But we just going, cut your toe off, remind y'all that, you can't walk straight with no toes. So we're going to hit these little sites, give y'all some time to think about it, whether you want to continue this bull conflict. And if y'all choose to want to continue to play gangster, we got something for y'all gangster asses. We got something that's going to handle that. So, yeah, there's going to be another press conference tomorrow at, I believe they said 8 a.m. with SecDef, Secretary of Defense. And I'm assuming, this is just my belief, that they're going to go a little more in depth and do like a Q&A session that Trump couldn't do tonight because it's like the, breaking news press conference, whatever. This was his Obama moment. Remember a couple years ago, some guy by the name of Osama bin Laden found out that when you tear our buildings down and send people to destroy our buildings and kill thousands of people, that the receipt you're going to get is going to be direct and to the point of a 9. The point of a 9mm, the point of a 22, the point of a couple of different weapons that we had waiting for him when he turned that corner and SEAL Team 6 put a couple holes in his ass.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children.
And then just to piss off the stalwarts and the fanatics, we buried his dumb ass at sea somewhere where y'all can't find him.
It was a joint decision. We thought it was important to think through ahead of time how we would dispose of the body if he were killed in the compound. And I think that what we tried to do was consulting with experts in Islamic law and ritual to find something that was appropriate, that was respectful of the body. Frankly, we took more care on this than obviously bin Laden took when he killed 3,000 people.
We essentially Jimmy Hoffa him. So, to the Abu Dala or whatever they call you of Iran, stop hiding, bitch. Come out. Stop running, your face. You had all that tough talk. You was talking all that rah-rah about we gonna get a surprise, and then your dumb ass decided you wanted to burn the American flag at Parliament? Oh, hell no. We, the United States, ain't having that. So, congratulations, you played yourself.